Hello, hello. Good morning. How are you doing? Please let me know if you can hear me okay and see me okay. As always, we've got to do the tech check. Good morning. Hi, Evelina. Hi, Trish. Hi, Inga. Good to see you. Okay, all good on the hearing and the seeing front. Fantastic. Must be a record. Hurrah! May it continue that way. How are you all doing this week? How has your week treated you? And how have you shown up this week for yourself? Let's take a nice deep breath and do a little check-in. See where you are at in this moment as you reflect on the week that has been, the weekend that is coming, and the week ahead. Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being awful, 10 being awesome, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually? What's your average rating, your average temperature check today? Let's have a look-see. Hi CJ, good to see you. Yay, 7 o'clock there in sunny Northern California. That is an early start to the day. What a lovely way to start the day. Thank you for sharing your morning with us. Hi, Metis. I must remember how to pronounce your name. Welcome. Glad to see you here again. Trish, you're a 7 and rising. That's awesome. Inga, you're a 7. Yay. Evelina, you're an 8 since you just woke up. Okay. Well, you clearly woke up on the right side of the bed. How wonderful. I think that I'm probably about a 7 as well after doing a yoga session this morning and getting to come and doodle. Start the weekend. Lorna, you're a 6. Fantastic. CJ, you're a 7. Hurrah. Yay. We've got some, it's all on the top side of the spectrum, so that is fantastic. If anybody is here that is lower than that, then all good. We are here to raise the vibration together. As you can see, you're in good company. You are in the high vibe room. And that's what these sessions are for. It is for elevating our frequency, for calming our nervous system, for just taking a moment to be present, and for just practicing mindfulness in a creative way. So if that sounds like something that you can do more of, or you feel like you need to do more of, then you're in the right place, because that's what we do here every Friday. So I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you as always for your presence. We are sharing this time, and we are of course influencing each other as well, holding space for each other. So thank you so much for that. So to start off our doodle session today, this is part of our 26 part series, and following the letters of the alphabet. Today is the letter I. So start getting your brain into the gear of what I means for you. If you contemplate even just the last week or that has gone, or the week that is coming, what are you grateful for? That starts with I. What are you reflecting on? What are you intending? What comes up for you if you contemplate this week that has been and this week that has come, that the letter I is prompting for you? Inspiration. Florgy, good to see you here. Welcome. We are just getting started. Yes, inspiration. That's exactly what we are doing here today. Inspiring each other. Heidi, ice cream. Love that. And this definitely is the weekend for it, being Memorial Weekend. Yay, Memorial Day weekend. Okay, so ice cream is a good one. So as we are doodling, we will be inviting more I words. Inga, I, yes, myself and me, needing to put myself first more. Wow, that is a profound one. Thank you, Inga. Amazing. And also you are the I, the Inga. Wow, what a gift that little note is. Thank you. I so appreciate that. Fantastic. I love that they're already coming. Okay, so to start off our session, I've got my cards. I'm a little bit more organized this morning than I was last Friday, thank goodness. We learn from our experiences. So let's see what reminders the card have for us. Have a quick shuffle. Taking a nice deep breath, and what do the cards intend for us today? Okay, let's have a look-see. This one. Commitment. What a lovely drawing it is as well. Commitment. Love that. And it says, I know the difference between intent, great I word, and commitment. With commitment, I accept no excuses, only results. Wow. Commitment. That is such a powerful and profound muscle to flex, something that we need to be reminded of. And hopefully when we get to the point of full commitment, there is no reminder necessary. What comes up for you if you think of commitment? Let us share in the comments. Lorna, hi. Evelina, insight, yes. Oh, that's a good I word. CJ, incentive, yes, and that ties in with commitment. You know, what is the incentive to commit? What are you working towards? And idealize, yes, idealize. So two things come up for me with idealize is the act of ideation, creating ideas, coming up with ideas, being inspired by ideas, and then also holding in esteem, holding in I guess also related to incentive. What is this idealized goal? So yes, beautiful. Hi Heidi. Honest heart, commitment. Lorna, integrity. Oh gosh, that's a great one. Self-integrity, hey? Talk about commitment. Yes, the power of self-integrity. That when we say we're going to do something and we stick to it, how many times do we let ourselves down? Because we just don't. We say we're going to commit and then we don't. And then we diminish our self-integrity. Gosh, that is profound. Trish, my word for this year is habits. Yes, commitment. For habits to be formed, you must have commitments. Absolutely, absolutely. Gosh. Yes, having that idea, that idealized outcome, and committing to that vision, and then putting in place those habits. Yes. Loyalty, oh yes, Florgie, that's a great different lens of commitment. That didn't come to my mind initially, so thank you for that. Loyalty, yes, commitment to other people, the people that you love, the people that are meaningful to you. Love that. Awesome. Okay, I can feel we've got some high vibes here this morning. So as we get ready to do our doodling, make sure that you have your equipment with you, your whatever it is, your tablet and your pen, whatever, if it's digital or analog, you've got your paper, you've got your journal, you've got your pencils, your pens, whatever you're going to be doodling with this morning. I'm going to just start this other camera because we are also live simultaneously on the other channels. If you are new here, we do these doodle sessions every Friday, and I have a free resource for you that you can get from if you follow the link in my teacher profile over on Insight Timer, and it is the 50 mindful doodles for beginners resource where you can see all of the different doodles that we doodle from. So I'm just going to change. Actually, before I do that, let's warm up. Let's warm up our wrists, because this is as well as a mental and emotional meditative practice. It's also a physical practice. We are using our hands. we are using our body in this active meditative process. So warming up the wrists, just sending some love and attention there, warming up the joints, getting your body into the zone for creativity. And this, remember, is not a practice that we do for the aesthetics, it's a practice we do for the process. So you do not need to be artistic, you don't need to identify as artistic or creative, but you do need the intention and the commitment to self-care. This is an act of self-care. Okay, and then flexing your fingers. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And as you're doing this, now notice your belly extending as you inhale. And press your belly as you exhale. Yes. And invite movement into your shoulders. Wake them up, let them know that they're part of this creative process. Rolling backwards, rolling forwards. Okay. So our body parts are present and accounted for. And let's get ready to doodle. So I'm going to change over here. Hopefully you can see this okay. And so this is the reference sheet that I was talking about. If you are on Insight Timer currently, you can access this from the link in my teacher bio. And if you are on Substack, then on my publication, you should see a link to the group chat where you can get this. Let me just turn on my focus so we do not get disturbed. Okay, so to give you an idea, this is what we are creating today. This is one I made earlier. Can you see that okay? Is it a bit bright? Let me just turn the exposure down a smidge. That way. Let's see. That should be better, hopefully. No. There we go. Is that better? Hopefully that is better. Okay, so this is the eye that we are heading for, but the doodle designs will be randomized, and we have our wheels that are going to help us decide which doodles of the 50 that we have available to us in the resource, which of those 50 will we be doing in our eye, and how many of them will we be doing. So grab a clear page, and let's go ahead and draw our eye. Why is my pen not connecting? 1 second while I figure this one out. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to change the color, make sure I've got the right pen while I do this. If you're interested at all, because I do get the questions, this is Procreate app. And yeah, that's what we're working with. So first of all, you want to draw your eye, and you can draw that in whichever format you want, whether you want to do it as a lowercase or an uppercase, completely up to you. It is your drawing, you get to decide. Come on, why is my pen not working? It was working. I said that I've always got these technical issues. It's all good. What? Okay, I'm just gonna close this down. Maybe I've got too many things open. Try again. Okay, we're back in business, right. So, we're going to draw our eye. Doesn't need to be perfect. But it does need to be big enough for you to doodle the interior. There you go. So however that looks for you. I'm going to put my glove on. Okay, so let us spin the wheel. I do have the wheel here. And so first of all, how many different doodles are we doing today? Okay, 5 different doodles. So you're going to divide your eye into 5 different sections. Again, your choice, how you want to do that. Okay. Right, so we've got our different sections, and now we're going to spin the wheel to see which of our doodles we're going to use. Which of our 50 doodles are we going to doodle today? They are numbered 1 to 50, and we're going to spin the wheel and get all of the numbers first, and I will write them down. So 21, 44, 47, 15, and 12. Okay. So if you already have the downloadable, then you can go at your own pace. You do not have to wait to see what the doodles are. And so yeah, that makes it a little bit easier. If you haven't yet got the download, you can just follow along, and then if you're faster than me, just chill and enjoy the music, or go grab something to drink, or whatever the case might be, and then you can follow along as we go. So we're going to start, and please do let me know if you have any questions as we go. There's a little bit of chit chat while we do doodle, but there's also a lot of silence, because this is a relaxing process, so it can also just be a chill. All right, so number 21, let's have a look, see which is number 21. Alrighty, so this is our first doodle, number 21. I do like that one. It's something very soothing about it, like waves in an ocean. And you can decide which of your sections you want to use for that. Just going to get something for my elbow over here. Okay, so the way that I start with this one, I accidentally changed the color, which I often do. Yeah, so we're just layering these kind of wavy shapes, coming at it from different directions. And remember that there's nothing that needs to be perfect here. They can be different shapes, sizes, no rules. Yes, Evelina, I'm glad. And that, funnily enough, giving out the numbers, remember that came because I had a technical glitch that one day. One of the many days I've had technical glitches. It does. I feel like it adds a level of peace, more peace. This is a peaceful process as it is. And having the numbers up front makes it even more peaceful. So then we just start adding the lines, following the shape. Allow your hand to be smooth, the movement to be smooth and gentle. Move the paper rather than contorting your hand. Keep your hand, your wrist, your elbow, your shoulder as comfortable as you can. And move the paper. Invite calmness, slowing down of your breathing. And feel the ease of the repetitive motion. And this is kind of like looking at waves on the ocean, soothing, calming, relaxing, gentle, hypnotic. Usually the first doodle of the day is a little bit more tight or rigid, but as we get into the groove, so it becomes more fluid. Hi Laurie, good morning. So glad to have you here with us as well. Thank you for joining us. So lovely to see you here. We are just beginning. If you're looking for the numbers, these are the numbers of the doodle that we are doing this morning. And think about what your I letter stands for. What comes to mind? And if there are other thoughts crowding the space in your mind, invite them to float away as if they are on a wave. They're just passing by. The current is taking them. And we are here in this moment, fully present. The pen, every time you put the pen to the page, it grounds you. It solidifies your presence here. Every mark on the page signifies your presence. Hi Minde, good morning. Illumination, yes, Florgy, that's a great word. Illumination. Oh, such a good one. And as you are doodling and the words come to you, from the prompt of the letter I, write them down. solidify those reminders in your experience this morning. Notice if you're holding your pen or your pencil a little tight. Relax your hand. If you're feeling any kind of tightness in your body, stretch it out, move around, adjust. Send some awareness and attention there to release it. If you notice any tightness in your thoughts, recurring thoughts, get curious, ask why is it there? Just look at it. Okay. So number 21, I've completed. Oh, thank you, Mende. So let me get here. Great conversations over in Insight Timer. Joe, hi, I am using Procreate, the Procreate app. Mende, thank you. My glove, I was looking for a drawing glove, but they're all black when you do a search. So I just bought a random like nylon glove and then cut it up and sewed it so that it is the shape, and it's working really well. And I have to say, I didn't realize, and gosh, this is just such a lesson in sensory awareness. I didn't realize how much friction from drawing I get on the side of my hand over here. I got the glove just to help with the glide on the screen, but I've been drawing with it for a week now, or a few days, and I notice how much calmer I feel when I draw, because there's not this constant sensation on the side of my hand. Just goes to show simple things have a big impact. So let's see, Minde. Laurie. Yeah, I believe Insight Timer deletes messages if you mention other apps. Laurie, do you know which Procreate version you use, Abigail? I'm finding so many versions in the App Store, so I'm confused. There should be only one, I would imagine. Procreate 5.3.15 5.3.15. So yeah, that's the one that I'm using. I believe there is meant to be an update. They've been promising for the first part of this year. I think we're still waiting. I haven't yet seen anything else. Okay, the next number is 44. If you are just joining and you want to get all of these doodle patterns for yourself as a downloadable, there is a link in my teacher profile where you can download it for free if you sign up to join the group chat. Okay, so 44, this is an intricate one. I haven't drawn it for a while, so let's see how we get on. So I kind of focus on the big filigree. Is filigree the right word? The big twirl first. Very intricate. It reminds me of like furniture, old furniture design, Baroque furniture. Okay. Yes, it is a beautiful one. Okay. All right, so this Baroque type design, doesn't matter if you don't get it right. I don't get it right all the time either. But there's kind of a flow to it. And then a repeat. This is one, for me, a pattern that I like to look at, and it looks complicated and it can feel a little bit intimidating. But when you get into it, when you just slow down, you realize it's actually not that complicated. So if you're struggling, just watch again. I'll do another small one here. So going around and then coming back on itself, and then do an aura there, and it stops there. Does that make sense? I'm not articulating it very well, but I hope that you can get a sense of it. So it's like a big comma or apostrophe with a coat, with a raincoat on. There we go. Or like a fern frond. Okay. And so that's where we start with these. We start with all of these curly apostrophes. And then we fill in the gaps with the embellishments. It's a very satisfying doodle. I find it satisfying. And of course your patterns don't need to look exactly the same as the reference. The invitation is for you to add your own flair if you feel called to it. There is no doing it wrong. So once you've got all of your apostrophe shapes, then you go in and create little leaves in the in-betweens, filling the gaps. It is lovely. It is, isn't it? Yes, drawing swirls is very soothing. When I first started out, was very intimidated by this one, but I have grown to enjoy it, and I don't doodle it as often as I'd like. Could do a whole page with this. I have contemplated that with these sessions. Would you like to do entire pages of one doodle design? Because that can also be very soothing, but also pleasing to the eye. Let me know if you'd like me to introduce that. Could do it in the alternating weeks when we're not doing letters. Remembering to breathe. And remembering to think of what your I stands for. What does it represent for you? Making my way around the edges to fill in the little leaf designs. Okay. And once you feel like you have done all the swirls and leaves that you want, then you can fill in the gaps with solid color. Nicole, I like small squares personally, not full pages of the same. I like the idea of drawing shapes and filling the shapes with a pattern. Okay, cool. Do you all have favorite pen that does not smudge as it dries fast? That would be an interesting question for the those who are joining with analog. I have to be honest, I haven't ever done this in the analog version. I got into doodling with digital, and that's where I have remained. So it would be interesting to hear recommendations for Nicole. Gonna shift. Sometimes I feel like I get into a bit of a trance while I'm doodling, which is exactly the intention. It is a form of meditation. And you're focusing your attention on one task. And when you get to quieten your thoughts, it's almost like my experience of it is that I almost am watching myself draw. I'm both experiencing but also observing. Okay. Number 44. That is a good one. I like that one. Ooh. Ooh, all the pen recommendations. Love that. Micron. Florgy. Drawing pencil and then use a liner of 0.3. Pigma Micron. Awesome. Erasable. CJ, aha, identity and identify just came to mind as I relax into this doodle. Yes, good one. Oh my goodness. Gosh. What do we identify as? That is such a good one. Nicole, you were playing with a glass quill. Wow. Wow. That's taking doodling to a whole other level. All right, moving on to number 47. It is okay if you are not yet finished. This is not a race. Number 47. Floral design or leafy design. Okay, so that's what we're doing for number 47. So this one is actually really lovely. Starting out with all the leaf shapes first, drawing the stems, filling the space. They can overlap. Okay. And then from here into each leaf, we add these teardrop shapes. And filling in the gaps in between. I just had a good idea. Investment. What do we invest in ourselves? This time here, right now, is an investment in our self-care, in our habits.
I'll finish with this one. I wonder if this is a bit too dark. There we go. Notice how your body has slowed down, how your thoughts have slowed down, how maybe your hand is more fluid now, your movements and drawings are more fluid. You've eased into more flow state. I've been finding of late that when I do these, I almost feel like I could nod off, like I'm doing this, but I'm getting so relaxed that I might fall asleep. And what a gift that is to our bodies. What a contrast that is to how our bodies respond to the noise, the stimulation, the scrolling. What a gift to our bodies this is. Our poor brains processing so much and all the time, all day. And during sessions like this, it feels the permission to just relax and release. Monday, I just heard your airplane. I actually grew up in Dover, Delaware. There was an Air Force base there where my father was stationed. Planes flew over our house all the time and we would wave to them from the backyard. That's such a lovely memory. Yay. Yeah, we live actually not that close, but we are upriver from Reagan Airport. And the planes are incessant. I look forward to the day when I don't hear aeroplanes. They are every 15 minutes, or no, every 5 minutes, all day. Interestingly though, it does get to the point where you don't notice them. Our brains are so clever that way. Okay. So finished with the leaf design. The doodle has additional aura lines around the stems of the leaves. So you can decide if you do want to do that or not. It's completely up to you. I feel like I don't want to do that this morning, so I'm not going to. But if you want to, you absolutely can. I'm liking the openness, the simplicity of what it looks like now. And that is an example of how you get to choose. Okay, number 47, done. Laurie, you grow up with trains. You still have a little local freight line that goes by once a day. Oh no, Evelina. Airplane crash yesterday, not too far from your house. Was that San Diego? Am I correct? There's a train behind my mother's house in Illinois. So interesting, the sounds of life that enter our awareness on a daily basis. Yeah, San Diego, gosh, horrific. Glad you're safe, Evelina. Always a stark reminder to appreciate every day. I'm going to fill in some more leaves there. I feel like I want to have more leaves. All right, I think I'll move on from there. Number 15, how are we doing on time? Okay, we're good. Number 15, let's move on to number 15. If you're not there yet, that is okay. You go at your own pace. 14, 15. Okay, another mesmerizing one. Not too dissimilar from the first one that we did, number 21, just in a different format. So I'm going to do mine here. With this one, I work from the edges inwards. So doing our initial shapes all along the edge of the frame and then slowly going inwards. So going to be rotating your page as you do this one. And they are random shapes, layered. Going to shift position Okay, and once you have filled all the shapes, then we're going to just follow the lines along. Laurie, I still can't find that not to be named app. I think IT deletes my messages about it. There are lots of P tools, but not the app. I will try to find it later. Maybe they have a website. I'll just enjoy watching now. Yeah, I'm not sure why you're not finding it in the App Store. They do have a website. Maybe, and I'm just being hopeful here, maybe they're busy with the update, the big update that they have been teasing about for 6 months, and maybe that's affecting its visibility in the App Store. That's the only thing I can think. Yeah, or otherwise just grab a piece of paper and a pen. You can also follow along there for now for this session, and then come back to the digital version. That's my only thinking. Let's see. Laurie, you grew up with trains in Chicago. Still the train hub of the country. Renee, you're using good old-fashioned paper and pencil and it feels so refreshing. That's so lovely. I love that. Nicole, mine is perfect. What is... I'm a bit late, so I don't know what you're referring to, but thank you, Nicole. Maybe they moved it to their website. I'll keep trying later. Okay, yeah. I'll go and check the update page as well to see if there's any news. I'm very excited for the update because we can then search brushes, I believe. Remembering to breathe, inviting the stillness, the slowness, the presence, taking note of how you feel physically, taking note of the thoughts that are showing up, just witnessing them. Focusing on the marks that you're making. Laurie, why didn't you think of paper? It's so funny. Okay, Trish, you have to leave early. You're so welcome. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it and that you were able to join us. Have a wonderful weekend. Also, just to say, there likely won't be a doodle session next Friday, unfortunately. I'm road tripping with my parents. We are leaving tomorrow to go and meet up with them, and we are going to be on the road, so I won't be able to do a live doodle session on Friday. But yeah, please, if you want to be updated as to when the next one will be, please follow my profile so that you do get the notification when I have listed the next live doodle date. It's just that I physically won't be. I'll be driving, literally. But there are all of these recordings that you can find in my teacher profile if you want. to revisit some past doodle sessions. They are available if you need, or if you want to continue your doodle session on a Friday morning regardless. They are on another platform, just so that you know. Okay. Laurie, road tripping sounds like so much fun. It's a perfect time of year. Yes, I'm just hoping that the weather plays along and that the roads are not too busy and that the places are not too busy. We're going to go and see Niagara Falls on Monday. They're excited about that. It'll be a bucket list experience. Never in my life did I think that I'd get to see Niagara Falls. Okay, number 12. 12. Oh, that's a out of sync one. Right, there we go. Number 12, the final doodle. How are we doing on time? Good. Feels very easy this morning. How wonderful. Okay. Yes. Oh, fantastic. Thank you. I'm excited about it. And also seeing my parents. They have flown in from overseas and have been road tripping for the last week. And so I will see them for the first time tomorrow. So very excited about that. Okay, let us do the final doodle. So we start off with some random shapes. There we go, okay? And then within each of the shapes, decide where your central point is and create your petals. They can just start out as lines, and then we're going to round the edges. Okay, and once you've got your petals in place, then I do the little detail. There is something very satisfying about this little detail. Not meant to round the inside, just the outside. Thinking about your I words. What are you grateful for? What are you intending? What are you reflecting on? Or what's just calling your attention? Laurie, I'm always fascinated by the way you can see the design and break it down into steps. It's truly an amazing brain processing skill. I'm anxious to do it myself, to work on my creativity and brain processing. Yeah, and it comes with practice. Really, it does, because once you've done it, at least once, you will recognize where the starting point is. You'll remember where the starting point is. So it is it works the neurons of your brain to simplify what looks like on the appearance a complex design. It's such a great practice in simplifying. I think that in itself is the skill, because we can overcomplicate so many things in our lives. And that's what's beautiful about this, is that you're literally practicing the art of simplification. Simplifying slows you down, makes you aware of the smaller steps within the bigger picture. And again, the commitment, remembering the commitment to the habit, the commitment to the trying, the commitment to the process helps you get past that initial inertia. So that's a good word, inertia. Recognizing where are you allowing inertia to hamper your progress. Because it can be overwhelming. And you've got to take a step back and see where the smaller pieces are. What can I do right now? What's the very first step? What's the one thing you can do. Just to get going. I do a Thursday live illustration session. It's a very new one, a very new thing on the other platform, because it doesn't really fit in with meditation. It is more the practice of creativity and drawing, illustrating in particular. So we draw cats and dogs, and similar concept with the wheels and the randomized prompts for illustration, inspiration. What was the point I was getting to? Oh, that was it. So once we've, like, as an example, in yesterday's session, we get all of the prompts. The wheels give us the what we are invited to illustrate, and there is that feeling of, oh gosh, where do I start? The page is blank. And what I've recognized, which I didn't consciously think of, I didn't consciously think to do it, but I recognized yesterday in the process, is that just start making marks, just start somewhere. Even if I don't yet have a fully formed idea in my head of where this is going, just get the pen moving. So this is obviously contextually relevant to drawing and illustration, but the process is the same. Just start somewhere. Even if that initial mark doesn't end up in the final image, because we can erase or we can start over. But the act of just starting without having the full picture fully formed or the full concept in mind, action creates clarity. So just start, and then it opens up that door to, okay, what's next? And then when your brain gets into that groove, what's next, then suddenly, there it is. That's what I need to do. That's what I'm doing. And it might mean a redo, it might mean a start over, or it might be just, let's adjust what we've already created. So yeah, I recognized that yesterday in yesterday's session. I'm just like drawing random things and hoping something comes to mind. And it does. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun flexing that creative muscle. And it is transferable as well. It's not just for artistic endeavors. It is a skill that is transferable to other aspects of life. Just start somewhere. Even if that first step feels small and insignificant and irrelevant. I'm glad, Kathy, that you can see how when you simplify a complicated, what appears to be a complicated design actually turns out to be quite simple. Interaction, Floorgy, that's a good one. Interaction. Oh, you're full of gems this morning. Gosh. Or this afternoon for you. Interaction, yes. Okay, so that is number 12 done. If you haven't yet finished, the invitation is for you to do so and to download the 50 doodle designs so that you can make this a practice, make it a daily practice. Maybe you just do one doodle a day for 10 minutes and recognize, like, practicing the simplification of the doodle. See if you can work out a simple, step-by-step process for you. And yeah, join us on a Friday for these sessions if you're needing assistance in the, way to get started with the doodle design. But you'll also see when you go and download the references, there is a video. I've created a pre-recorded video where you can have a quick glance at how do you get started with this doodle design. So it is there if you want that. And yeah, make it a habit of doodling, because it is a healthy practice of self-care. Notice, let's do an internal check right now. How do you feel relative to when we started this session? Going on for 90 minutes ago, we did a check-in on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being awful and 10 being awesome. How do you feel right now after our doodle session? I have to say that I think I'm feeling like a 9, so I definitely have gone up for sure. Nicole, you're feeling calm. Awesome. Yes. Oh, you love that one. Okay, I'm going to change my camera so that I'm looking at you. There we go. Now I'm looking at you. Let's see. Jules, I'm completely fascinated by the process, but also by the technical aspect. What kind of iPad and what app are you using there? It is a iPad Air Pro, I think, and it is Procreate. The drawing app is Procreate. Nicole, the glass quill worked, but also practice that art of patience to wait. Oh gosh, yes, what a lovely lesson that is. How awesome is that, to be patient with it? Yes, amazing. Laura, you love that one. Good, I'm glad. Evelina, really have to work on 44 design, and especially number 50. So 44, okay, was the filigree one, just showing you. So that filigree one, and then number 50. Let's look at what number 50 is. Number 50, oh yes, that is a bit of a tongue twister for the brain. That's one way of putting it. That is a little bit of a tongue twister for the brain. But it feels so good when you've done it. Once, like, it's locked in there and you're like, oh yes, the simplification of that one. So yeah, that is a good one. Don't you love it when you feel your brain getting a workout? Awesome. So you're feeling calm. Nicole, you're at a 7. Florgie, you're at a 9. Laurie, do you have a playlist? The music is always so calming to me and an extra helpful tool. I'm very, yes, music, the power of music. My goodness, I was having a conversation with a friend the other day about just what a gift music and musicians are. This particular playlist is one that I curated and put together from a collection of like jazzy type tunes from the free YouTube library, so that these videos can exist on that platform without getting any copyright strikes. I'm sure I can share that somewhere. I'll do that because it is doubly powerful to doodle to music. It definitely does add something to the sensory experience. So yes, for sure. Let's have a look. See, CJ, you went from a 7 to a 9. Yay! High vibes. Monday, feeling shaky because I got up, got coffee and started this without eating breakfast. Okay, well, there's a lesson for you. Make sure that you have your breakfast before you do your doodling. Lorna, up to an 8. Yay. Oh, good. I'm so glad you enjoyed the playlist. That's awesome. It gives me joy when you get joy from the experience. Fantastic. Yes, Laurie, blood sugar blues, it's a Monday. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciate you being here. Just a reminder that I won't be doing the session next Friday because I'll be on the road. So please make sure that you do follow so that once I have uploaded the next live session that you will get notified. And then go on over to my teacher profile so that you can download the 50 doodles download, whatever the word is that I'm looking for. And then, as I mentioned, there is an accompanying video that goes along with it so that you can learn how to do them if you do get stuck. In particular, this number 51 does require a little bit of guidance. Even I need a little bit of help with that one. All right, thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate having you here. Oh, I will miss you too. But if you do want to get your doodle on, there's many recorded sessions like this on the other platform. So you don't have to miss out if you don't want to. They are there for eternity. You're so welcome. Thank you so much for sharing your I words. Thank you for sharing your time and conversation and support with each other and with me here. Thanks for sharing your high vibes as well. Just love how we can elevate our frequency by doing this practice together. Remember to be committed to your inspired intentions for the week ahead. And may you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. For those of you who are celebrating Memorial Day weekend, be safe, be happy, be with your loved ones, and make sure to carve out some time for your own self-care practice. All right, everybody, have yourself a fantastic day. Thank you. Thanks for the love. Thank you, I will do. So looking forward to it. All right, bye.